Man, pride can be a scary thing for the simple fact that you just don't know when it can get in the way of your life, man. And today we're going to be talking about why you do not want to let pride to get in your way of what is yours and what is going to happen in your life. See, it's just going to be a quick little 5 step video or 5 topic video. Long story short, pride is something that can make you feel like you're over something else, whether it be a thing, person, or a thing, or yeah, a thing, obviously. But say, like, obviously, the easiest example is you have a job and you see a homeless person on the street. You could have pride to think that you're above that person, even though you're both human beings, but that's just not the case. We are both human beings. One isn't over the other. And the simple fact of, you know, having that condescending view can honestly get in your way. Now, this is not something I genuinely have an actual issue with, but it's just something that I do see is from people, and usually they're pretty financially set. And what I mean by that is some of the managers at my job, man, they got that condescending tone, that little smirk when they know that they control what you can and can't do at work. And that person that they control sometimes is me. So I just thought I'd make a little video talking about it. So, man, first things first, man, do apologize when you're wrong, bro. Like, if you're in the wrong and you genuinely are doing the wrong thing and you acknowledge, like, first of all, acknowledging it is the first step. And second is just go up to the person who you wronged and just say sorry. Now, this is something that I actually had an issue with. One time I did something just mean for no reason, not no reason, but like it was mean, but I took my frustration out on the wrong people, unfortunately, being my siblings, man. So I was having a really bad time with my dad back then, and we weren't getting along. And I moved out, and I wanted to move out, but I felt trapped because I didn't have enough money to move out, but we were having a really bad relationship at the time. And one of my friends actually like helped me, picked me up, got me up out of the city and got me to a whole new spot. And it was all because of him that I got out of there. And at that point, that was the best thing for me to do. But when it came down to me being in a group chat with my siblings, man, I pretty much was just like, yeah, man, I'm glad I'm away from y'all because y'all don't even do y'all chores and stuff. Y'all have pops getting mad at me for things that y'all did. And I pretty much started some beef for no reason. Like, yeah, you could say that there was a reason because that is actually what happened, but that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You're out of the situation. Have some humility, and just count your blessings, man. And my siblings actually took offense, and not offense, but like they were saddened by that. I'm their older sibling saying, "I'm glad I'm away from you." Like that's fucked up. There's no way around that. And I still feel bad about that to this day. But I was acting like it was no big deal, like it was just a little joke. It's not a joke. You're being an asshole. I was being an asshole, and there's nothing else to say about that. But at that time, I was acting like it was just a little jokey joke, and I hate even saying jokey joke because I just hate that saying. But that's just the person who I was acting like an asshole. So my oldest younger sister, just said, "Nah, you got us fucked up. But really, you got them fucked up. I feel like you're, talking down to them in a way that you shouldn't." And it just she pretty much set me straight and made it very clear that their feelings were hurt, because even when they said their feelings were hurt, I really didn't believe them because I thought they were overreacting. And it was also like through text, so it wasn't, when you text, it's not, you don't know the actual feelings. Someone could say something like, "Oh, I'm about to cry," but in reality, it's like I'm laughing about it. But no, that wasn't a joke. It was real. And my sister cursed me out basically, saying like, "Nah, nah." And then I was like, "Dang, nope, this is actually real life. Like this isn't a jokey joke like I'm saying. This is real." So that is something that for real, that's my personal stuff right there. And when she did curse me out, it kind of like made me understand, like, nah, this is real life. This is serious. And I actually apologized. But even though I apologized, I was like, damn, dude, I could have like legitimately scarred our relationship for life just because of some stupid stuff that I felt like saying. When that had really, like, it did have something to do with them, but it wasn't like the the way that me and my dad's relationship went shouldn't have soured me and my siblings' relationship. Because ultimately, just to put some context, yeah, when they didn't do the things they were supposed to do, like chores and stuff, basically my dad was like, "You need to do that because you're the older sibling and you need to get it done." And I was just like, this is just one little example of things that I just didn't really like. Look at this right here. I really like this because we were like RPG brothers right here. I'm sorry, I just really like this clip, but we still died. It doesn't even matter, bro. Well, not me. But anywho, me and my dad's relationship I kind of let him getting mad at me allow me. He got mad at me for something that wasn't my fault, and then I got mad at my siblings for something that wasn't their fault. And I'm not going to sit here and blame him for me copying that behavior because I was a full grown adult at that point, so there's no reason. But I'm just saying like what happened, and it's still not okay. But long story short, I just wanted to put that out there. That's I did apologize. Sometimes sometimes things got to get a little tragic for you to understand what's real. At least for me, like, at that time I didn't understand what the feelings were. I didn't understand if it was like real legitimate, and it was legitimate, and I actually messed up, and I had to apologize, man. So don't let pride get in the way of your life. Like if I would have had more pride back then I could have been like, nah, you guys are taking it the wrong way. You shouldn't be doing that, and that's all. And that is how I was acting. But if I were to say that after my sister cursed me out, then that would have been like, no, he just doesn't want to take responsibility for his actions. He just wants to run away from his problems. And that really could have basically made it to where me and my siblings don't have a good relationship at all. Because who wants to talk to someone who's like that? But obviously I apologize. I said I'm sorry. I was like, dang, I was wrong. That's just all there is to it. And we got over that, but it was my fault, so I apologized. Number two, now this is completely unrelated, but like study. You know what I mean? It sounds like a silly thing, but a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people might think that they're genuinely, say that you're that kid in fifth grade. And this is me actually. That kid in fifth grade, he was like the top of their class, the smartest kid, but that's just book smarts. Like I didn't know anything else. I didn't know anything about the stock market. I didn't know anything about like real life that actually mattered. You know what I mean? I didn't know anything like other than book smarts and doing my math and writing things and getting test scores. That really doesn't matter. I really like this kill. I actually got both of them. But yeah, that stuff doesn't really matter. So what I'm trying to say is study. Don't be prideful to the point to where you think that just because you're the smartest person in that circle of friends, or not even circle of friends, but just that area. If you're the smartest person in the room, then that's not good actually, because you should always have a drive to get better and be better. And studying is a way to show humility so that you can always learn something. So that's why I'm actually glad that I met a lot of you people here, my subscribers and just people who watch my videos, because at the end of the day, you guys really encourage me to study and encourage me to like get things going, get the ball rolling, and to continue and actually never give up. And don't let where I'm at currently at my job be like the end of my life, expecting this to be the place I retire and stuff like that. And it's just not how it's going to happen. And I didn't feel like that at the time, but like I said in one of my earlier videos, man, like when we're 18, dude, you just kind of expect yourself to be a millionaire one day, and you don't really know how to get there, and you never get there because you don't know how to get there. You just kind of expect to wake up with $1 million. I've literally had several dreams when I was a kid, dude, that I not woke up, but I was just making a snow angel, but in gold coins. I'm not even joking, bro. I had so many dreams to where I was like, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. And then I wake up, there ain't a damn penny under my bed, bro. And that was me as a kid. I'm talking about 7th grade, like young boy. Like I was dreaming like that, bro. And right here, right now, if I gather all the money I had, yeah, maybe in pennies I'd be possibly rolling in it, but that's not appealing. I'm talking about gold coins, bro. More than just dollar coins. I'm talking about gold coins, that's like money. That's probably $1 million right there. Who knows? But yeah, study, man. Always learn something new, bro, for real. Number 3 is going to be do things that make you uncomfortable. Now, this is something I definitely wish I thought about when I was a kid, because doing things that you're uncomfortable with doing exposes you to like new circumstances and things that something might happen to where you would never expect it, but it would be like the best thing that you could ever ask for in your life. Something that you might not have even wanted until that moment where you actually do something different. And so some say like this, right? I was at work today and we don't have work tomorrow. I have work tomorrow, but my whole work, everybody else doesn't. I signed up for overtime. But someone invited me to like this place called, I think it's called Next Level or something. It's like an arcade, kind of like Dave and Buster's, but a different version. Ready One, Round One. I think it's called Round One, but it's one of those places. Anyways, she invited me there, and she was like, "Yeah, everybody at work is showing up. Even if you don't go, I just wanted to make sure to give you an invite and stuff." And I'm like, "Well, that's cool." I didn't think I was going to go as soon as she told me. I was like, "I probably won't go," but then I was like, I mean, that's kind of like once. Like I've been at this place for 2 years, and this is the first time I heard about this. I'm like, maybe I'll go just to hang out. And I'm not saying anything crazy is going to happen, nothing super cool, but just playing a couple games. I might go. It might be a worthwhile experience, just fun thing. See sides of my coworkers I don't see. And I mean, same for them, for me, because I'm pretty dang reserved at work, for real. Especially now, because with my last chance, like, I can't mess up, bro. But yeah, I'm pretty reserved, and maybe I'll just be a regular person over there and call and have a good time. So yeah, do things that make you feel uncomfortable, and especially the easiest one to say, honestly, is just working out. Working out makes you uncomfortable, of course, but working out also gets you muscles, gets you ripped, gets you a better health, better physique, better body, better life. Because there's absolutely nothing bad that working out can give you, except for soreness, but that's temporary. So yeah, dude, do things that make you feel uncomfortable. The next one is going to be number 4. And mean what you say and say what you mean, bro. And what I mean by that is, man, sometimes you gotta be a little unapologetic with the way that you speak. And not all the time. You don't gotta be like that episode of Gumball where Darwin decided to just say the worst things about people just to hurt their feelings under the guise of just saying, telling the truth. Like, that dude was a dick, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That was so funny. That episode was so funny. But nah, dude, what I'm saying is that mean what you say, and if you say you're gonna do something, just do it. You know what I mean? Just do it, bro. Because at the end of the day, the only person who's gonna really think about it at the end, when the doors are closed and the lights are off, and if you didn't do what you say you're gonna do, the only person who's gonna have to deal with the consequences is yourself. And you want to definitely be the kind of person who can, believe in yourself, because others might believe in you, but if you don't believe in yourself, you already lost, bro. So do what you say, and say what you mean. You know what I mean? And yeah. In number 5, the last one right here. I said this already, but don't act higher than others, man. Have humility. And that just is driving it home, you know what I mean? Because having humility first and foremost, bro. Having humility just shows a character value that's better than not better. Look at that. Look at that. That's better than the others. Look at that group. Look at that group. It was scrolling up deep. But anyways, look at how I said that. I was really, but that was what a freaking dumb thing to say. But what I really was gonna mean is like better than some people. People who act higher than others. Because I'll tell you right now, dude, my managers at work, bro, not all of them, but literally 75% of them act like high and mighty. And for that very reason, it's easy to like dislike them, even if they're not bad people, even if they're in the right. It's just easy to dislike them because it's like, dude, you didn't have to say it that way. Like you didn't have to be a dick about it. It's just weird, really strange circumstances. And but the thing is, my supervisors really have gotten to the point to where they do at least show me more respect, because they can understand now that they will get more respect, or yeah, they will get more respect, and they'll get more work out of me if they talk to me with a conscience. You know what I mean? Just have a conscience. And when I say some of my managers are kind of extra, like, dude, some of them talk to females very disrespectfully. And I don't know why it's females. I've heard some people say that they talk to some males disrespectfully, but it's like the females be quitting, bro, and that's a reason for that. So with that being said, man, don't act higher than others. Have humility, man. And I think that's where we're going to have to end it, man. So, yeah, once again, apologize when you're wrong. Study. Never stop accumulating knowledge. Do things that make you uncomfortable. Explore different avenues. Mean what you say, and just say what you mean. And have humility, guys. Like, these are things that, like, this is also advice for myself, of course, because at the end of the day, if you don't take your own advice, then, you know, what are you to give it? Who are you to give it? So just like the money, when I said, just like the video where I said how I'm going to try to get out of debt, this is the same thing, man. Like, I'm going to try to follow my own advice. And I mean, I kind of already do these things, honestly. I could do more studying, and I could do more things that make me uncomfortable. But I've kind of started to do that as well. Like, you know, but yeah, same with the debt video, man. I'm trying to get out of this, man. And that's the first thing to do to get out of the rat race if you are in debt, is get out of it, because that's the first and foremost thing that will hold your money accountable, hold your money hostage, and you don't want that. But man, I thank you guys for all watching. I'm sorry that I didn't get the video out on time, but it is like 12:30, so I'm getting it out at I guess a time. So anyways, it's been Yapalot Gaming, guys, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out.